All right. Um, Now get back to Sheena. Why would someone send you Bible studies 1 minute and write you a breakup letter the next? Right. I mean, are you insane, or did you not even read any of the letter after the breakup letter? If there was a breakup letter, right? Because, like I said, I didn't break up with you myself. Only ones that could have been to try and write you a breakup letter for me would have been Ben or Keen, right? And that's the whole problem. You're not on my ship. I am. You don't know what goes on my ship. And yes, of course, I wonder if it was someone else who was writing in your name too. Sure. But I doubt it. And you know why? You still have the same attitude toward you. You believe that letter over the first few letters I probably wrote to you, which were really me, and the rest I wrote after, which you didn't even read. That's called prejudice, Sheena. That means you made up your mind. Once a person makes up their friggin' mind, no matter what the other person does, they cannot talk to them anymore. All they can do is try to keep writing them, trying to figure out what the hell happened, because they don't fucking know. And you don't think if my shipmates wouldn't work with me and were thinking I was gay that they wouldn't try to sabotage our new relationship as soon as you wrote the ship? And yes, I do think if you kept writing me, they could have interfered in that, but I doubt that you did. I doubt that you did. You know why I doubt that you did? Because if that was you I saw in the club that day, you let another man of darker skin than you touch your pussy. Like, in the fucking club, like I couldn't even do anything about it in the fucking club. Right? But did I do anything about it in the fucking club? No. You know why? I'm not a fighter like whatever they told you in that letter to break you up with me. I still don't know. Right? I just thought they must have wrote you a breakup letter, not the content of the letter. And I'm sure it must have been bad, but that's the point. If it was really from me, why would I keep writing you, honey? I mean, are you so stupid that as soon as you got one bad letter from my ship, that you couldn't figure out, this don't sound like the guy I met on the island. Sounds like someone different than him, right? Whatever the hell they said to you, right? Don't even seem the same personality, right? Seems like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or something, right? Well, how's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? And you didn't read any of the other letters until the box came with the watch and the prophecy. Right? You're still being an asshole. A stubborn bitch who fucked someone on the island and broke up with them. Not me, you. No. You don't get the difference there, do you? Right? You used someone else's letter from my ship, knowing it wasn't even the same personality as the person you met on the island to break up with me. And whatever you did afterwards, whether you were pregnant or not, you went fucking batshit on me first, not me, you. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell happened, because no one's talking to me about it. They acting like I know when I don't know. You can't tell me I know something when I'm telling you I don't know something. And you can't make me know something if I don't know what the hell you're talking about, all right? Well, that's the whole problem. You're not reading the letters, Sheena. You're either wanting to throw them in the trash or you're wanting to ignore them, right? Well, either way, you don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore, right? And if I really broke up with you, or there was some kind of threat in the letter, right? Or I said, I'm going to force you, or they said I was going to force you, or something like that. I don't know. To marry me or something. I don't know what the hell they could have said, right? To get you that pissed off of me. Or was it that you were pregnant, but didn't want to be pregnant, and that's possible too, right? Another possibility is you didn't want to have a baby, but you got pregnant and didn't want one. So instead of just telling me the truth, right, And the Navy don't grant abortions while you're on cruise, honey. I know that too. Only one way you could have got rid of that child if that was you in the club that day too. I know. Because if you were pregnant, you would have been chilling by then. I know that. I know that. Why do you think when I met Daphne and she got pregnant right away, I broke up with you? I broke up with you. Finally, after 9 months of trying to, write you on the Shenandoah. I know. But staying away from you physically. See, that's not stalking, idiot. That's trying to figure out why your crazy ass new girlfriend just broke up with you. Not knowing what the hell's wrong there. I don't know. And what I did wrong. If I wrote you something, I would own up to it. But if I didn't and they did, I don't even know they did. You know what I mean? Not even now. But you know the content of the letter. I know. Which is something, if I didn't write it to you, I could never know. Right? And say I did write it to you. What if I wrote you only good letters after that too? I mean, if you don't read someone's letter because of one bad letter, and there were at least a few good letters before it, that means you were prejudiced against me before the relationship even began, probably from the woman from your church, right? That's what you're telling me. You already knew I was going to do you wrong, right? Well, how can you know unless you believed her, but did it anyway? Well, that's on you 100% then, not me. See what I mean? You're blaming me for you not listening to your prophetess from your church and the bad breakup letter you might have got. Though if it was really for me, why'd I keep writing you? And if you didn't read any other letters but the bad breakup letter and got all pissed off and say, I knew you were doing that to me. I know. I know the attitudes you can get. I knew I'm too ugly for him or something, right? I mean, what else could you have thought, right? I knew he was just pulling my strings to fuck me. Shit like that. I know what will go through your mind, right? Because I've seen it in movies and TVs all the time. But I didn't do that. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. I did not do that. I did not write you a breakup letter. I wanted to keep writing you anyway. I just started sending you Bible studies, right, from Christian Fellowship Church too, right? What person who's really breaking up with another person will write them a breakup letter if they meant it and keep writing them, right? Anyway. Or was it someone else on my ship who I can't even prove did it now because you did not tell me the truth then or even talk to me about it? Because if you have what I think is low self-esteem too, right? You believe what they said in the letter so easily that you got so angry about it. And wrath, Sheena, for 20-something years, no man can fight against. The only one who scorned you, though, was you. You became a woman scorned because you believed someone else's letter, right? Which I don't even know the content to, right? Of. You didn't either. To or up, I know. Because I never wrote that letter. And you can't make me admit something which you haven't admitted to yourself. It's like King trying to make me admit if I had something to do with his electrocution or not, even now. When he never even accused me during the day that I did it, right? When you don't ask something, when something happens, you really in your heart know it wasn't them. You know it wasn't them. But in your heart, you want to blame someone too, right? Blame King and Sheena is when you don't take responsibility for your own actions in the situation, right? And the hatred you would have had to have for me, Sheena, is not just simple hatred of someone who had sex with a girl and might have gotten her pregnant either. The hatred was maybe race related too, right? And again, if it's reverse racism, and see, I'm the least racist person on my ship, but Ben and King, I don't think so. Because they were racist against me and I'm white. I'm from the South too, right? And I know everything they fucking know, right? Except for electrical stuff, where they were making me paranoid to even work around them. Right? Except to, make sure there were no frayed wires or exposed wires or anything like that, or grounded wires. I know what that is. I know what that is. And I was just trying to play it safe and make it through my whole Navy career, which was extended another year and a half at Portsmouth because of me fighting the Portsmouth diagnosis, right? And see, I still don't know why they think I'm bipolar, right? What did I do to make you think I'm bipolar, right? Well, you never showed me the fucking letter they say I wrote Sheena. I don't even know the content of it. Because I didn't write it. And see, if my shipmates, let me tell you this again, Navy, say I was a piece of shit, all of them, and especially the electricians, you don't think me being an electrician would be in a world of shit? I couldn't even do the job I was supposed to do for the Navy. But that's what I'm telling you about my whole naval career, right? They're just telling you what they want you to hear, right? They're acting like I probably didn't work at all, right? They're lying. The jobs they put me on, though, were the shit jobs, you know what I mean? Cleaning the heads, right? Painting the ship and stuff like that, right? Mopping the deck, right? I didn't mind doing that, right? Because what? You can't get electrocuted. I could get electrocuted. And if I witness King's electrocution, I know what the problem is electrocution, right? But see, my story is different than his, right? There too. And see, if there's more of them and one of me, you don't think that's a bad working environment, period? For anyone? You do know, though, that he was electrocuted, right? I know you know that. But see, the details in our stories are different now, right? Am I lying? No. Who's lying? King. How do you know he's lying? He's using his imagination. Cause what? He didn't even see me nor me him behind the breaker. And I didn't even know where he was at to turn on the breaker, right? Or which breaker to even turn on, because I'm new to the ship. I know. Even if the red tag was hung, I wasn't paying attention to that. I wasn't told to, right? My lieutenant told me, come where I'm at, watch the job. He didn't tell me to do anything else, right? That's all I would do. That's all you would do. Now, why aren't you talking to Lieutenant Guzman, who was also down there? Or did King tell you he wasn't down there when I was the only one who had seen him? King wouldn't have seen him. He ain't got to watch King do it. He knows what he's doing. He told me to. Right. That's the whole point. Lieutenant Guzman knew what he was doing. He wanted me to watch. And that's when I knew where he was at behind the bus, right? Not before, right? And again, when you're coming down and you're going around, you don't know where the person is even behind the breaker, right? So how can he say I even knew what breaker to turn on? Right? I didn't. I wouldn't have. And I wasn't told to even touch anything for the whole month until I could get into the galley, right? And then after the galley, he said I would be trained and stuff I needed to be trained in. Well, guess what? Only thing they trained me is what? The tags and watch. Guess what they kept me on the rest of the cruise after he left? The watch. Guess how much additional electrical experience I had after A school? 0. But I can do simple maintenance around the house, even working on a fan, and it's still up, and it's not bad. And now that's why I'm worried someone's stalking me, like Thomas. He's got cameras all over the fucking house, and he's not helping me, right? He's believing someone else's bullshit, right? Who wasn't even there, unless it's my ex-wife, and if she caught me in the act, she would have murdered me in my sleep or something, right? Not that she could, but anyway. Right. But only the pure in heart shall see God. Those who do not sin can be raised from the dead, right? Not those who do, but that's another little thing you're not thinking about. If Jesus healed me and left the car accident and 3-story fall, whatever I was accused of was not proven in Jesus' mind, right? Or he wouldn't raise me from the dead, right? And I was right in my defense, right? That's the point too, right? And I know I would call on Jesus' name no matter what someone accused me of either. If it was little Roddy or Johnny or David, right? Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. A few of their friends and a few of their friends. But I don't think it was Big Rod, because Big Rod never showed any sexual interest in me my whole life. I know. Nor my mom, nor anyone else in my family, nor Renee, nor Blake, nor anyone. I know of. That's the whole point there, right? That's why I'm not as sexual, I guess, as a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know. I heard sometimes even the dads can, mess around with their sons down here, right? And the daughters too, and the daughters too. Especially stepdads, right? But mine didn't. Alright, so I gotta go get some money from my mom and things like that. About $30. Have a nice day. Bye bye.